Bigdog AC Show. Bigdog AC Show, we're back for another show. It's been just a weird week all week long.
It's kind of been a sad week.
Yeah, it's rough, man. Guitar legend Eddie Van Halen passing away on Tuesday. It's just been a rough week altogether. A lot of stories about him hanging out and, I think I've seen Van Halen like 100 times. And, I was a teenager when that first record came out. So it affects me. It's affected me. And to see all the love and everything that's going on, it's pretty cool.
Oh, yeah. He's touched a lot of lives. On social media, you see everybody, even people that you wouldn't think would really listen to him.
Yeah.
Everyone is, saying how sad it is and how much he touched their lives, his music.
I didn't think it would affect me the way it did. I was driving down the road over here going somewhere, and I was listening to XM, and I heard like 3 or 4 Van Halen songs in a row, and I'm thinking, what if they wouldn't do that? What's going on? And I pulled off and clicked on my phone, and then realized that's what happened. So we lost a legend. I mean, the guy was just like Mozart on the guitar, but don't be sad that he's gone. Be happy that he was here and you got to hear a lot of his music. So
yeah. And how many CDs, records did you have of Van Halen?
I had them all, every one of them. So
from the beginning. I
mean, that first record pretty much just everybody was blown away by that. I mean, the way he played guitar and what he did, and I think it sold 10 million records in the first year. But nobody had ever heard anything like him ever. So when he came out, definitely instant, legend. Just pretty awesome. It's pretty cool to see all the love that's going on. That he's gone and all that. And but I got a little problem with a couple TV shows on TV though. So we'll get into that later.
Okay.
I think they should have stepped up and did something. Maybe they did. I don't know. But I haven't seen nothing. But also we have a movie review tonight, and this movie you watched the other day. It's pretty cool, so we're going to talk about that. Also, it's Beer 30, so we have a special beer. Exactly what is that beer, AC?
Okay, let me tell you. Let me bring it over here so I can see it. It is Arrogant Bastard Ale. And we were trying to find something spooky / seasonal, because it's still Halloween month. And this one, it's got like a devil face on it. So we're like, okay, let's try it. And because we're not dark beer drinkers, this was scary. This was scary to us.
Oh yeah, actually we opened it up, poured it in the glass, and it was brown.
It was pretty dark.
It was pretty dark. So we drank it. It was good. It set the tone.
Yes, because it is 7.2% alcohol. So you're not going to not drink it.
Yeah.
So, I guess I can read these couple lines that are the description on here. It says, this is an aggressive beer. You probably won't like it.
You gotta have a taste for it.
Yeah, it's definitely, you gotta have a taste for it. And if you're a dark beer drinker, I'm sure plenty of people drink it. It wasn't bad. It's just, I think if we got a whole 12-pack of this, we'd probably be on the floor.
Yeah, we'd probably be asleep by now. No podcast. Go to sleep.
Yeah, just one of us snoring. That's it.
Pretty good beer. So,
but it was a good beer, and it was darker than we usually have. So it was, like I say, scary for us for Halloween month.
It is. Halloween's coming up in 2 or 3 weeks?
Yes, so excited.
You like to do the decorating and do the stuff out front and do a bunch of crazy stuff?
Yeah, the inside's decorated, but we're still waiting for, to get a little closer to Halloween before we do the outside stuff. But that'll be cool. So right now we just have the natural spiders and the spider webs.
Yeah, we have the natural stuff. Yeah.
We just let it sit out there.
Scares everybody off.
Yeah. But so getting back to Eddie Van Halen, of course, legend.
Yes.
We are each wearing a Van Halen t-shirt in honor of him. I will be posting the pictures on our social media, and mine is from the tour that I saw that we were talking about, last week, a couple weeks ago.
Right, yeah.
The one in 1998 in Paso Robles, California. But apparently you were there too, which is crazy. That's before I knew you.
Yeah, interesting. That was when Gary Sharon was singing from Extreme. Mm-hmm. Great show. I mean, every time, I could say this. Every time I saw Van Halen, it was for me to see what Eddie was going to do. I think a lot of people they wanted to see what he was going to do. They want to see him play. And then, you know, of course, the new music would come out. You wanted to see what he's doing, what he's playing. He set the tone back in the day for all the other guitar players, you know, to do what they wanted to do, to try to emulate him. And, you know, another one gone, a great one gone. It just seems like, you know, there's like a hole, you know, there's a void now.
Yeah, like you were saying that you were always hoping that there'd be new music coming from Van Halen or Eddie, and now
you're not going to get it. So enjoy everything you got. I mean, listen to everything. XM doing them justice, man. They're playing Van Halen constantly. They're playing cuts that I've never heard before. I think before they ever got signed. It's just amazing. There is a couple programs on television that I think they should be doing something. Maybe I missed it, but I think, you know, VH1, MTV Live, they really need to put something together for Van Halen. I mean, without Van Halen, MTV, come on, you know. I think they should do something, and I haven't seen anything. I saw a little ticker underneath running that was saying, you know, what happened. Eddie passed away, but they haven't done a, Van Halen thing or just like played a concert or anything like that. And I think they should do that. But
I am surprised.
Who am I? I'm just on a podcast.
We're just on a podcast. Who are we to say
what's beer?
But VH1, MTV, isn't it music television?
Not anymore. It's not music television. It's all a bunch of crap.
It started with rock.
It's horrible. And I get it. I understand business is business, and you change up from what was going, and it's not prominent anymore, and you go to something else. But come on, man, every time I flip to MTV, I want to see MTV.
Yeah, there should have been at least some live concert, unless we missed it.
VH1 used to do Behind the Music with a lot of bands, and I'm sure they got one loaded in the system that's Behind the Music Van Halen. First thing they should have done was play that.
Yeah.
I mean, come on, you know.
If they're playing Eddie on the Golf Channel, because we were watching golf a few days ago, and they going into commercial, they were playing a Van Halen song.
Yeah, they were playing a Van Halen song, and then the other day we were watching football, and they went into commercial playing a Van Halen song.
Yep.
So I mean, come on. The other day we're in a little town, little hole in the wall town, and I'm sitting in the parking lot, and there's a little marquee that's on this little shopping mall, and all of a sudden it pops up, Eddie Van Halen, you know, rest in peace, the whole, you know, everything. And I'm thinking to myself, man, this is worldwide. This is a big loss, not only for music, for just in general. I mean, when I met him and talked to him, he's a great guitar player and musician. He's just a really cool guy.
And didn't you were telling me the story, didn't you say that security or someone was telling you not to shake his hand when you met him?
We were standing there, and security came up and said, they're coming out right now, so don't shake his hand. I'm all right. So I'm standing there, and Eddie walks right up to me with his hand out. So I shook his hand. I was looking right at that security guard, too. So,
like, fuck you, dude. Yeah.
So it was cool, man. It's just a genuine guy. Not only a hell of a guitar player, icon, Mozart on guitar. The guy was just fluid. But he was just a really cool guy and just a really nice guy. So
where you met him that time where he shook your hand, what tour was that? What record was that for?
I think it was one of the ones with Sammy. I think with Sammy Hagar. Okay. I think it was one of that tour. I saw them at the Cow Palace Women and Children First tour, and I just remember, you know, we're standing back in the back, kind of hanging out. And the lights went down. And, you know, Eddie was always good for doing some stuff on the guitar where the lights were out. And people went nuts because they knew they were getting ready to see one of the baddest guitar players in the world. And all of a sudden, the spotlight hit him, and he started off with Romeo's Delight. And I was, oh, my God. And the whole band kicked in, and Dave jumping off the drum riser, doing the splits in midair and landing on the stage.
Yeah.
I mean, it was impressive. Great musicians, and a big loss this week. Bigdog AC Show, thank you for listening. We appreciate it. We are everywhere. You can get us on Facebook. You can get us on Instagram, YouTube. We're everywhere. If you want to email us, bigdogacShow bigdog@gmail.com. Also, the website is up. We're getting it together. www.bigdogacshow.com.
And we're on Apple Podcasts. We're on iHeartRadio. We're on TuneIn. We're on Amazon Music.
Yeah, we're everywhere.
Spotify. We are everywhere.
Now we're in the month of October, which means Halloween's coming up. Now AC, she's into every holiday, every one of them, but this one especially, she likes to be spooky and scary, and just gets into what she's doing.
I'm spooky
And scary. So Halloween, we're trying to pick out a good Halloween beer every time we do a podcast, and I think the Halloween show, Halloween's actually on Saturday, right?
Yes.
So that show is going to be just crazy.
Maybe we'll be shit-faced the whole time. I'm not sure. I don't think so. I won't be able to talk. I won't be able to function.
Maybe we'll be able to get snacks in here.
Yes, for some good Halloween snacks.
Yeah, Halloween snacks. Let me see if I can wrestle him up and get him in here. That'd be cool. Yeah.
Speaking of snacks, I do have my own snacks that I like, and this is something I just thought of right now on the fly. We got some little pumpkin muffins that were from Entenmann's, and they are seasonal, and they are really good.
You like them?
I do. It's seasonal. I just like anything that's seasonal. I'm not a pumpkin spice latte girl because I don't really do Starbucks that much. I'm sorry, Starbucks. Don't sue us.
No.
Don't hate me, Starbucks.
Don't sue us, Starbucks, but you can advertise with us.
Yeah, if you want to. That would be all right.
Yeah, we'll take it. Yeah.
But I'm not a PSL girl. I know a lot of people that are. But anything else, pumpkin or seasonal, I'm totally down, totally into.
Yeah, we see a lot of shows on TV now that are geared towards Christmas, so it's coming. It's coming soon. And a great thing to buy somebody for Christmas is the new AC/DC album. That album is out, brand new. We need some new music too.
What a good segue that was.
It's been a rough week, man. For me, it's been a rough week. It's really been a rough week,
And I will say that the new song, the single,
Yes.
Shot in the Dark, and
Yes.
we heard that. They played that on the football game.
Yeah.
This past week.
Right. Give it up for the football game and the Golf Channel. When I heard the Golf Channel play Van Halen into a commercial, I was like, yeah, these guys know what's going on,
Of course, he affected apparently everybody.
I mean, VH1 and MTV won't even play like a video of him or anything, but the Golf Channel, plays them.
I know, the Golf Channel.
It's kind of interesting.
Which is what I'm saying, that people are affected by this that you would not think that they are.
Well, like I said earlier, I didn't, when I heard about it, I didn't think but it just really has affected me all week because I'm a guitar player, and I mean, I was in high school when that record came out, and it was it. I wanted to play like that, which I never did, but I bought a lot of Marshalls and a lot of guitars, and was in a band, and I never would have done any of that if it wasn't for Kiss and Van Halen. I guarantee you. Mm-hmm. I know. A couple 3 shows ago, I said that Motley Crue's first record was my first record, which it is. I mean, I love the records. It's raunchy, and I get it, But if it wasn't for the first Van Halen record, I don't know. I don't know what it would be like if those guys didn't do what they did. What would it be like?
So you being a guitar player, because I'm not. You being a guitar player, did he influence your style of what you like to play?
I don't know. I think that his style was so over the top that I didn't try to copy it and try to do it because there was no way, Well,
let me ask you this. Would you be able to play some of these songs the way he played them?
No. I could probably get a couple in, but it wouldn't sound exactly like he was doing it.
Because he was unique. He was one of a kind.
One of a kind. I mean, don't be sad that he's gone. Just be happy he was here because he shared all that with, I saw a pretty good deal with Sammy Hagar and Michael Anthony, online, a tribute to him. And it's bigger than I think some people think it is. It's just something that I think that there'll never be another guy like that, ever. So, and his music will be here long after we're gone.
Oh yeah, for sure.
So let's get into the movie review. You watched a movie,
okay.
and I don't know. You didn't seem like you were too proud of it.
Well, I watched this movie and I was undecided if it was scary enough for me to actually talk about it on the show, but I was describing it to Snacks, and he recommended that I review it.
Just light it up.
Yes, because he likes my reviews of bad movies.
Yep.
He thinks they're entertaining. And this wasn't a bad movie per se. It's just, it wasn't scary. It definitely was not scary enough to be a Halloween movie, but it was trending on Netflix. And so I thought I'd give it a try just to see, because, they always make it look scarier than it actually is.
I need you to watch The Ouija. I heard that's crazy.
I was going to, and honestly, I looked on a couple different platforms, and each one was going to make me pay to rent it.
Oh, okay. Really?
And
That movie's been around a long time.
I know. And I was like, fuck no. I'm sorry. I'm just not going to pay. I love you guys, everyone that listens. And if you enjoy my movie review, thank you. But I just didn't want to pay something for a movie that has been out for a while. And then I was almost going to watch Ouija Origins, which I think might have been free.
Is the second one? That's the second one, right?
It came out after the original Ouija, but it's kind of like, it's the precursor. It's the origin story, basically. So it's before, it took place in the timeline before the original Ouija.
Right.
But I just didn't watch it. And so I found this one, like I say, it was trending. And so I thought, what the fuck, I'll just try it and see. Oh, there's some more F-bombs, by the way, people.
Well, that's why we're throwing some change into the, swear jar at the end of the show.
Oh, yes, definitely. Okay, so this called The Binding. And it is a 2020 movie. So it's actually... Take your time. Yeah, go ahead.
I was just curious if you could hear me.
Yes. I can hear you and see you. Yeah, I don't know if people can... I know.
Hear me doing what I was doing.
I don't know if other people heard that. But
well, it's legal in California.
Yeah. And other states. Not just California. So, okay. So it's called The Binding from 2020. Drama horror thriller. It says, while visiting her fiance's mother in southern Italy, a woman must fight the mysterious and malevolent curse intent on claiming her daughter. Ooh.
Really?
Does that?
What year?
Really?
Yeah, really. What year?
I just said it was 2020.
Oh, so it
was this year. Yeah. It was just this year.
There's so many good older ones.
I know. And that's what I mean. I was going to watch a different one, but Snacks enjoyed me explaining it to him. So I'm like, okay, fine. Okay. I'll just talk about this movie then. But once again, I'm trying to cut back and not explain the whole movie. I'm going to try. It's hard for me to stop.
You know what? You can do whatever you want. I'm going to open myself another beverage and have a drink to Mr. Van Halen.
Okay. Yes, I'll have a sip for Eddie.
For Eddie.
Open your beer.
Got it.
Here, we're going to have a sip for Eddie.
Here we go.
Cheers, Eddie.
Cheers. Ooh.
Oh, excuse me.
Good beer.
That's good. This movie was filmed in Italy, and you could tell. Well, first of all, it's beautiful countryside. I've never been to Italy.
Oh, yeah.
But it looked gorgeous. But you could see that they dubbed over American voices, so their lips didn't match.
Kind of like old like karate movies.
Yes. Yeah. Yes. So that was a little off. I had to kind of get used to that because it looked funny. But no, it was an okay movie. In the beginning, it's the mom. She has her daughter, and so she's engaged to this guy. His name's Francesco. So and he's taking her and the daughter to visit his mom, who lives in the old Italy countryside. And from the very beginning, when they get to the house, you can't tell if the mother is a witch. Is she just like a healer? Or is she part of something sinister? You don't know if her and her little group of people, if they're the bad people or if they're helping. Because basically, the daughter they don't call it possessed, but she basically got possessed. But it's called The Binding, so she was bound to this other spirit because she got bit by a tarantula. And there are a couple jump scares in there, and one of them was the little girl was looking under her bed. And remember I talked about the whole thing grabbing you under the bed?
Oh, yeah, man. I think that's a scary... most kids, what's under the bed or the closet. But the bed's the number one place they're wondering.
I think so. And a lot of these movies, they always show someone, either a kid, doesn't have to be a kid, but someone pulling up the comforter and looking underneath the bed, and then it's all black and they go really slow and they play the music and you're like, what the fuck's gonna happen, you know? So then all of a sudden they just show the little girl's face like, ah, and the mom is in another room with the fiance fucking like no tomorrow. They're doing
really?
Yes.
Holy cow!
This is an Italian movie.
Well,
I think that's one thing.
I need to look this up and check it out.
That's one thing. It's like that's definitely the way they did it. It's definitely not an American movie. You know, it was a different kind of style.
They're showing the boom, boom, boom.
No, they still didn't. They didn't really show. But it was odd to me
Shuckins.
how the house and the mom and all the friends and everybody was creepy as fuck, and yet this woman is like, okay, oh, let's do it kind of thing. It was crazy.
Damn.
And the daughter's in the other room. So she's, like I say, she pulls up the comforter, she's looking at the bed, and then you don't see what comes at her. You just hear her screaming. So then that stops the mom and the fiance from doing what they're doing. So she runs in there, and actually the girl, she just got bit by a tarantula.
Oh.
So it's not what you think, right? You think, oh, it's not a demon or anything like that. But apparently, by her getting bit by that tarantula, that has somehow bound her to this other spirit. Because I guess it's like a blood exchange or something weird.
Oh,
that's what binds them. Well, that's the story of the movie.
AC.
That's the story of the movie. And so you find out that the spirit that is trying to take over the little girl, because like I say, it does look like she's possessed. So the spirit that is trying to take over the little girl is apparently the ex-fiance of this guy Francesco, who when they were young got her pregnant, so they were going to get married. So he did some ritual that he was not experienced enough to perform and somehow summoned a demon to this girl, his fiance at the time.
You. I'm in.
Are you following me?
I got you.
Okay, to his fiance at the time, because he wanted to get rid of the baby. So she was pregnant. He wanted to get her to lose the baby because he didn't want to deal with it. He was only like 18 or whatever. So instead of him, well, they did lose the baby, but instead of him actually just doing that and moving on with his life, he got her possessed. And they never say it's a demon, but it's a demon. I mean, come on, it's a demon.
I mean, I think demons possess you. What else possess? What do you got?
Because they don't really say possession or anything like that specifically.
But if it's not a demon, what is it?
Exactly. So this is me inferring that that's what it is.
No, I'm just saying. I mean, that's what it.
Yeah, that's what it'd be.
Every movie I've seen, like The Exorcist and stuff like that, it's always been a demon in there somewhere.
Well, yeah.
A regular ghost doesn't have it.
I don't think it does.
The ghost is like sitting back there like, look, come on, man.
In all of my movie watching knowledge, I have not noticed a ghost. No, but I can't even say that because there have been movies where ghosts have taken over people. But no, this is pretty much a demon. So then it's basically the mom and her little crew and everybody. They're trying to save the girl. That's what they say. They're trying to save the girl. Or are they? You gotta watch a movie to see really what's going on. But what really bothered me about this movie is that the mom knows things are weird and just not right. And her instinct to protect her daughter was basically overrun by Francesco telling her that everything's fine and that the mom says everything's fine, that the woman has to calm down and don't worry about it, everything's under control. And it's like, no, it's not. So she stays there with her daughter until bad shit happens.
They all stick around.
I know.
Everybody knows bad shit's coming. They all stick around.
So it really bothered me, especially when Francesco is telling Emma, that's the mother of the daughter, to just calm down. Don't worry about it. Everything's good. My mom's not going to do anything bad to your daughter and all this stuff. And it's like, man, that's my kid. I would think that, you would take your kid and take off. Like, what the fuck are you doing? So anyways, That's the movie. It's not super scary unless
1
you're
out of
scared.
5 beers. What do
Well,
you got?
unless you're scared of the possession stuff, is what I was going to say. I gave it a 3 out of 5.
That's generous.
It probably is kind of generous.
You were very hard when it comes to the checking these movies out and giving it a 1 through 5 beers. Not only that, I mean, you got to bring it to another level to scare you. So
Yes.
if they don't do it,
So now you're making me think maybe I should give it 2.5, 2.5.
not trying to change your mind.
Well, I'm giving it a 3 because the story is kind of okay. Some of it's kind of over the top. Like I say, it's obviously wasn't made here. So it's a different kind of film. Every country, I'm sure, has their own way of filming things.
Oh, yeah.
Different
Yeah,
stories.
yeah.
So
I like, some women I've seen on different films are a little bit different than the other women that you see the films.
well, we're not talking about porn.
Oh.
We're talking about
Sorry.
regular movies.
Wait a minute. Let me refigure that out a little bit.
So I'll just give this one a 3 out of 5 because not bad, but it's not great.
Bigdog AC Show. Appreciate you hanging out with us. There's a lot of platforms you can, hang out and check us out. And AC's going to tell you what they are because my paperwork is like, hold on, I'll do it.
I can do it.
I'll do it.
We're okay. Go
You
ahead.
can like us on Facebook, follow us on Instagram, subscribe to us on YouTube. You can email us if you want. I don't think have we had an email yet? Couple of them?
Not recently,
Not
but
recently?
we've had a couple.
Couple of them. So
Yeah.
bigdogacshow@gmail.com. The website is up and running. We're still working on it. It's bigdogacshow.com.
Yes, and we're on Apple Podcasts, we're on iHeart, we're on Spotify,
Yes.
Amazon. We're on everything.
We're everywhere.
Pretty much everywhere. You
So-
can't get away from us.
We're in the middle, pretty much the middle of October, the month of October.
Halloween month, as I call it.
Well, you call it Halloween month. Everybody just calls it October.
Oh, I go. Okay.
So you have a little bit of information on why they call it Halloween.
Well, not necessarily why they call it Halloween, because that's what we talked about last week when I talked about Samhain.
So
remember?
we should do a little bit more show prep
So,
before we do.
well, I know what I'm talking about. Maybe
I'm just
you don't.
going off the.
You just don't remember what I'm telling you.
Daily Roth, sure, no problem. That was awesome. Go ahead.
I was just going to talk a few minutes about the history of trick-or-treating.
How many minutes?
2.
2.
We're going to give it...
Ready?
I'll try.
Ready,
Oh, no.
go.
So it's the history of trick-or-treating, and it basically started people borrowing the traditions from the Europeans, so probably the immigrants coming over, and their traditions kind of just spread throughout America. But people would basically dress up in costumes, which we did talk about last week,
Right.
and they did think that this was a good time to do fortune telling, and the women, it's funny because women, single ladies thought this was a good time to figure out who they were going to be married to. So it was pretty funny. So they did all, yeah, they
So
did
they
all the
lined
little
up
things
they lined up all the guys and that.
and pulled their pants down. They said, "You're the one I'm going to marry."
That's how you would do it. That's how you would do it.
That's the right way, I think. I'm pretty sure.
No.
But okay.
No.
But so basically, trick-or-treating started as a tradition, and then eventually around the 1800s, the local community leaders and the government, they basically wanted it to kind of shift away from like scary, gory religion tradition to a happy, let's get the neighborhood together.
Commercialized it a little bit. Yeah.
I guess you could say
commercialized
that.
it. Yeah, they do.
Yeah, so
They do all the holidays like that.
they-
Commercialize the hell out of them.
They took out the tradition of trick-or-treating and made it more a family-oriented, let's have some good wholesome fun and fall harvest type thing, which around this time you can still see a lot of people not doing Halloween things. They do fall harvest
I know. They're
get-togethers.
starting to change it up. They're trying to change stuff, but when we were growing up, trick or treat was trick or treat. You put a costume on, you went out and got some candy, and then later on it got to be where the mother and fathers had to check the candy because
Oh yeah, razor blades and all that kind of
out
shit.
there.
Yeah.
So I don't know. We're gonna do something this year. Obviously, hopefully we get some kids, but with this COVID crap, I don't know.
Well, we have to do a little different.
Yeah, we
so
do. Yeah.
hopefully we are able to get some kids, because it's still fun. And I grew up in the country, so the only place we trick or treated is my grandparents' house, who lived a mile down the road.
That's it. You got one shot. Go down there and get some candy.
Pretty much it. But they loaded us up, and maybe threw some cash in there too, because we're grandkids.
They got one house. That's it.
Yep. No, one time, one of my friends asked me to go trick-or-treating, and my parents actually said yes. So I was able to go into town and trick-or-treat. And my mom made this unicorn costume for me, which I wanted her to do. It's what I picked out.
Do you still have it? The unicorn?
She probably still has it, yeah.
I'm sure she does.
I believe
we need to get that.
I believe she does.
Yeah.
I'll try to take a picture of it. Try to get that this month sometime.
Yep.
So I wore that. But that was really the only time I ever went trick-or-treating out of my little area.
Right.
So we never really did the trick-or-treating
Well,
thing.
AC's house, the house AC grew up in, it's up on a hill in the middle of nowhere. So, I mean...
So, yeah, there's no place really close for us to do that.
Yep. We appreciate you listening to the show. We're on all the formats. You can get us anywhere.
Oh, how long was that, though? Speaking, I just want to see how long was my little... excerpt of trick-or-treating there. Was it the 2 minutes that I said?
I don't know. It's probably a little less than 2 minutes.
Oh, I should talk some more.
No, you shouldn't. No, go ahead. So we appreciate you listening to the Big Dog Show, AC Show.
Big Dog and AC Show.
AC Show. We love doing the shows. It's kind of a release for us, and we get into a lot of different things. Of course, this week we lost a legend. For the next few weeks, I'm going to talk about some experiences I had with Van Halen, meeting Eddie, and just certain things that, I couldn't put them all in this show. It'd just be too much. So, like I said earlier, sad that he's gone. Happy that we had a chance to live in the era of his music. So,
yeah, his music touched a lot of people.
Yeah, it did. And I think your sister had a boyfriend, right, or something that loved Eddie Van Halen.
She did. That was in high school.
Yeah, so she was like getting him all kinds of stuff.
Yes.
Van Halen.
Yes, so she kind of became a Van Halen fan also. And then, so years later, that's when we saw them in Paso Robles, like we said, in '98. So obviously we weren't in high school anymore, so It still stuck. And by then I was already into hair bands and stuff too. So
yeah, it was
rock.
Just a great artist all around. There'll never be another one like that.
No.
Ever. We appreciate you listening to the Big Dog AC Show. Like I said, we're on all the programs, or platforms.
On the program, whatever.
I'm having a couple, celebrating the life of Eddie Van Halen. So.
And we just want to thank everybody for listening.
We appreciate it.
We do appreciate it so much. You don't know how much we appreciate it.
We appreciate it. Now, we've always talked about every show we're going to put a swear jar out, so we're going to throw a little change in it.
I didn't cuss that much. Did I cuss that much?
I think I heard like 2 or 3, so it wasn't that bad. But we'll make up for it.
Fuck, I got to try some more fucking fucks next time.
We'll make up for it next show. We thank you. We want to cheers one more time to Eddie Van Halen. Thank you for all the music. Thank you for everything. Here's to you, man.
And you'll be missed.
You'll be sorely. Get over here. Come on. Get. There you go.
Don't break my bottle.